Hey guys, good evening. Guys, if you're able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. So, where are we? Let me open the notes that I have posted in yesterday's or previous session. These were the notes, right? Yeah. Let me download these notes. Let's go to the downloads folder. And yeah. Okay. Okay. So I have covered so far these particular things. We are in the V model. In the as part of the V model, I covered all the static testing techniques. And here validation part, I started with unit testing yesterday. I explained what exactly unit testing is, and I went to the integration testing. I started explaining about the integration testing. But I told you that I explained what exactly is integration testing, but I told you that there are different approaches in performing the integration testing. So these are the four different approaches we have in performing the integration testing. What are they? First one is top-down integration testing approach. Second one is bottom-up integration testing approach. Third one is sandwich integration testing approach, and fourth one is Big Bang. Okay, let's get started with the first one. First one is top-down. Top-down integration testing approach. Top-down integration testing approach. Okay, this is the first one. What is this top-down integration testing approach? Here, a group of units will be integrated in a particular way. That is, in the top-down integration testing approach, the high-level units, okay, will be created first, and they will be integrated with the low-level units. Okay, first, as part of integrating, as part of integration testing, different units will be integrated and perform tested together. Okay, by finding the top level units first, and this top level units will be integrated with the low level units. For example, here first these are the top level units. They are integrated with this kind of units. Let's assume. Okay, like this. Let's assume. And now again, the low level units will be identified here. And so this is top down integration testing approach, guys, where the high level units or top level units will be integrated with the low level units. Okay. Like this, the integration will be done. Okay. And keeping on going. Okay. So this kind of approach where the top level units will be integrated with the low level units down. Okay. High level units will be integrated with the low level units, where starting from the top to the bottom, this kind of performing the integration testing where integrating the units from top to down and then performing the testing of these units together is called as integration testing. Okay. It's called as top-down integration approach. So in integration testing, this integration of the multiple units will be done in four different approaches. First type of approach is top-down integration testing approach. Okay. From top to bottom. So here, what if one of the particular unit is not ready? Okay. You started from the top level and you want to go until the bottom, integrating to the down. If one of the particular unit is not ready, if one of the particular unit during the way is not ready. So what the developers will do is, if this unit is not ready yet, so they will use something known as scribe. Okay. They'll use something known as scribe. Okay, let me confirm that for you. Top-down integration testing approach. Top-down integration testing approach. Top level modules or units are tested first, and then low level modules are integrated and tested step by step. Okay. So here, top level units, by integrating with their low level units, testing will be done. Again, once this testing is done, these top level units along with this top level will be integrated with the next level low level units. Okay. From top to top down integration testing approach. Okay. Sorry, it's called as stubs. Okay. That's what it's not a scribe. A scribe is from a different thing. It's called as stubs. Okay. Scribe will come in, this one, scribe will come in this inspections. Okay, we have a recorder kind of name given, right? We can also call that recorder as a scribe in the inspections. Okay, so yeah, here we have something known as stubs, guys. Okay, you have to know something known as stubs. Okay, if a particular unit is not ready, okay, a dummy unit will be created. Okay, a dummy unit, until this real unit gets ready with actual code, a dummy unit depicting the input and output will be created, and that is called as a stub. Okay, that is called as a stub, TD. Okay, top down, here stubs will be there. Similarly, there is another uh, integration testing approach, that is bottom up integration testing approach. Okay, and clearly understand what exactly is bottom up, right? When I explained about the top down, you would have clearly understood what is bottom up. Okay, it's self-explanatory, right? Bottom up integration, integration testing approach. Another approach of performing the integration testing is bottom up integration testing approach. How does this bottom up integration testing will be performed? Let me tell you. Let me explain you how the bottom up integration testing will be performed. In the bottom up integration testing approach, first low level units will be identified and created first. Okay. Here low level units will be identified and created first, and this low level units will be integrated with their high level units. Okay. From bottom to up you are going. That's why it's called as bottom up integration testing approach. First, so here something like this, just writing a very vague diagram. It may not be real, but just assume for diagram purpose. Okay, just assume that how the okay this kind of approach, where from bottom to up you are going. Okay, from bottom to up you are going, right? This kind of approach is called as bottom up integration testing approach. Here we have something known as driver, I think so. We generally call it as a driver. Here we have stubs, right? Okay, while coming from top to down we have stubs. Okay, dummy unit to simulate the behavior of the low level module that are not yet integrated or implemented is called as stub. Until that gets ready, right, low level units gets ready. If that stub is not available, the integration testing will stop, right? So similarly, when you are integrating the bottom up also, if one of the stub is not one of the unit is not ready during this bottom up integration testing approach, the time will be wasted, right? So what will a simulated unit will be created, that is called as a driver. Okay, a driver kind of simulated unit will be created. Okay, here I'll write bottom up. Okay, integration, bottom up integration testing approach. Okay, so generally call them as drivers. You see, drivers are used in place of the upper modules not yet integrated. Okay, so similar to stubs, we have here drivers. Okay, here stubs, here drivers. Okay, that's you have to understand. Next, another approach is sandwich. You can clearly understand what is sandwich, right? Okay, sandwich is a combination of top-down integration testing approach and bottom-up integration testing approach. Okay, so the next approach we have here is I'll do one thing. I'll just this is not the right place. Okay, I'll put it here. Okay. So here I'll go with the next integration testing approach, that is sandwich integration testing approach. In sandwich integration testing approach, the integration of the units will be done in both the directions, guys. Okay. So integration will start from top level to bottom, and also it is simultaneously bottom to up also will be done. Okay. From the both sides, the integration testing will be done. Okay. In the sandwich integration testing, top level units will be integrated with the low level units and testing will be done. Simultaneously at the same time, low level units will be integrated with their top level units, high level units and tested. Okay. From both the directions, the integration will be done, guys. Okay. From bottom up and bottom up and 1 minute. Bottom up and top down and bottom up. Both the directions, the integration will be done. And this kind of approach where integration testing will be done in both the directions is called a sandwich. Imagine a sandwich. Okay. So in between the actual salad will be there and both the sides the bread will be right. You'll be pushing from both the sides, right? That's the reason the name has been given as sandwich integration testing approach, where the high level units will be integrated with their low level units. Okay. And at same time, low level units will be simultaneously at the same time will be integrated with their top level units. Okay. So integration will happen in both the directions, guys. Integration will happen in both the directions. Okay. Integration, I'm just drawing like this. Just ignore if there are some mistakes. Okay. That's okay. Okay. Integration will done from top to bottom and bottom to up. Okay. So this is called a sandwich integration testing approach. And finally, we have another integration testing approach known as Big Bang integration testing approach. Okay. The next integration approach we have is the Big Bang integration testing approach, guys. Okay. The next integration approach we have here is the Big Bang integration testing approach. Big Bang integration testing approach. Okay. Big Bang integration testing approach. What is this Big Bang integration testing approach? In the Big Bang integration testing approach, so imagine about a Big Bang, how the universe got created. Okay, there's a theory known as Big Bang, right? What is Big Bang? If you say, generally, if you talk about what is Big Bang, don't worry about this integration testing approach. Big Bang theory, if you know the science and all, Big Bang, okay, how the universe got evolved, okay? From nowhere it came, right? From nowhere it came, and we don't know how it got created. Randomly it got created, they mention, okay? Okay. Cosmic expansion or whatever they say, kind of explosion or okay. The Big Bang was not an explosion in space, it was an expansion of space itself. It did not happen in space, it's created space and time, something they're saying. Okay, randomly it got created, right? Here also, in Big Bang integration testing, the way the universe got created, here also we don't know how this integration testing will happen. Okay, as a Big Bang theory of evolution of the universe, no one can explain clearly, right? Somehow randomly it got created, right? Universe. Okay, so a lot of theory is there that we don't understand. Here also, a lot of units will get integrated in a random way. Okay, and finally the integration testing will be done. Okay, lot of things will be integrated here and there, and okay, and the integration testing has been done. This kind of integration testing approach is called as Big Bang integration testing. Okay. Here top down, bottom up, sandwich, both the directions, but here random, which will integrated with which and will be tested, we don't know, okay? Randomly they will be integrated on the need basis and all, and integration testing will be done. Such kind of approach where integration testing will be done in a Big Bang way is called as Big Bang integration testing approach. Everyone clear with these different integration testing approaches? There are 4 integration testing approaches we have, okay? There are 4 different integration testing approaches as part of the second level of software testing. So in second level, first level is unit testing. Okay, developers will perform the unit testing. Okay, developers will perform unit testing, and we call that as a white box testing, right? Developers while testing these units, they can see the code. That's why it's called as white box integration testing. And followed by the unit testing, right? Developers will perform the integration testing, the second level here. You see, validation side, dynamic testing way. Here code will be run, right? While performing the unit testing, this particular unit piece of code will run. That's why it is called as dynamic testing. Dynamic testing means testing by running the code is called as dynamic testing. So similarly, after unit testing is done, then integration testing will start where, multiple units will be integrated and tested after integration. Okay. Here also developers can see the code. That's why this kind of integration testing falls under the white box testing, and also integration testing also falls under dynamic testing because, okay, to test this, to perform testing, the code will be running. Okay, to test this particular integrated units, the code need to run. That's the reason integration testing is a dynamic testing. Okay, your code will be run, so dynamic testing, and code is visible, hence it is also called as white box testing. Integration testing falls under, hence it falls under the white box testing. Fine. Okay, integration testing approaches. Okay, integration testing approaches. So fine. Once the integration testing is done, right, then what is the next level of testing, guys? What is the next testing? Next level of software testing here. First one is unit testing, then integration testing. What is the third one? What is the third level of, yes, software testing is system testing. The next one is system testing, guys. Okay. The next comes is, after this, the third one is system testing. System testing. Okay. These where actually the software testers will come into picture, guys. Okay. Till here, developers were there, right? In unit testing and integration testing, developers were there. For the first time in system testing, testers will come, software testers. Okay. Who will perform system testing? Software testers will perform. Who will perform system testing? Software testers will perform system testing. Okay. The testing team will perform. Okay. Testing team, the actual software testing team will perform the system testing. What is system testing then? Then what is system testing? What is system testing? What is system testing? Testing the testing the entire application or a system as a whole, as a complete thing, is known as system testing. Okay. So what happens in system testing is developers will build the code. Okay. Developers will build the code. Whatever the entire code they have written for developing the application, they will put it together and build it and give that particular code in the form of either URL or if it is a web application, they'll give URL of the application. If it is a desktop application, they'll give the .exe file of the application. If it is a mobile application, they'll give the APK or, other type based on the operating system and all, okay, of the application. This kind of build of the application you will receive, and using this either this URL or exe file or APK file, you will be testing the system, entire system as a whole, and this kind of testing is called as system testing. Okay, this kind of testing is known as system testing. For example, I'll give you an example here. Okay, what if the development team has developed the application and they have built the application and given the URL of the application like this. Okay, if they have given this kind of URL of the application, if they have given this kind of URL of the application and ask you to perform testing of this application, this kind of testing is called as which testing, guys? Here you are going to test this entire application as a whole, right? Not individual units or integrated units. You are going to test the entire application as a whole. This kind of testing is called as system testing. Okay, testing the entire application as a whole is called as a system testing, guys. Okay, let's dig deep into the system testing. System testing, third level of software testing. Let's write down here and understand what exactly. You see, system testing is high level type of testing where the complete and integrated software system is tested as a whole. Okay, here we can perform functional, non-functional, everything. Okay, after unit and integration testing is completed, then system testing will happen where entire system is tested as a single entity or as a whole. Okay, end-to-end flows will be tested. Okay, instead of testing each and every part of the system, you are going to test the entire system, working of the entire system as a whole, where login functionality will be there, logout functionality will be there, search functionality will be there, add to cart functionality will be there, placing orders will be there. You see, you'll be collecting all the things and then performing some end-to-end flows. Okay. As part of the system testing, we have to ensure all the modules and subsystems like a login, logout, forgot password, search functionality, add to cart, wish list, whatever it may be. Okay, add to cart and checkout, placing orders, everything. Okay, tracking orders, everything will work together. All the modules and functionalities of the application will be working together, are properly working together or not. We are checking. Okay. So simple terms, if you have to remember this kind, you see, if the developer have given this kind of application URL and asked you to perform the entire application as a whole, then that is nothing but the system testing. Okay. After the unity and integration testing, if the developers have given this kind of application URL or exe file or an APK file of a particular application, mobile application or whatever it may be, and ask you to perform or ask you to see whether the entire system is together working as properly or not. Okay. That kind of testing is called as a system testing. That kind of testing is called as a system testing. Okay, that kind of testing is called as a system testing. Okay, all this kind of testings, can be performed as part of the system testing. As system testing doesn't mean that only you'll be performing functional testing. You can also perform performance testing. Okay, performance of the entire application you can check. Security of the entire application you can check. You see, regression testing you can do, usability testing, load stress testing, all the type of testing that you can perform on this application comes under the system testing only. Okay, types of testing that is included in system testing are all the types. Okay. Okay. So now tell me guys, comes under this system testing comes under black box testing or white box testing. The system testing comes under the black box testing or white box testing. You see, if this kind of application URL is given to you and the testing team has started testing this, can the testing team see the code here? Is the code visible here? While you are testing this particular application, is a code that is used by the developers or written by the developers for building this application is visible? No, right? Hence, the system testing falls under which kind of testing is black box. Okay, system testing is nothing but a black box testing. Okay, system testing is nothing but a black box testing. Okay, in black box testing, guys, while performing testing, if the code is not visible. Okay. While performing the testing, if the code is not visible, that is called as a black box testing. That is called as a black box testing. Okay. While performing the testing, if the code is not visible, then that kind of testing is called as a black box testing. Okay. Here, who is performing the system testing? Software testers. Software testers cannot see the code while performing the testing. That is especially system testing, and that's why it's called as a black box. Okay. Black box means, you see, just visualize a box which is in black in color. Can you see anything inside a black color box? No, right? But in white box, it's a transparent or clear box, open box. Many names are there for this. A glass kind of glass box also is there. White box is also called as a glass box. You can see whatever that is there inside the block box, right? White box or black box or glass box. Sorry, white box or glass box or open box or clear box. Everything is nothing but a white box system only. Where code inside that code used for developing the application will be visible. But in black box, the code inside the box won't be visible. And so it is called as a black box testing, guys. Okay. What is next? You see here only the actual testing will be done by the software testing team. I told you the software testing life cycle. Remember the software testing life cycle, everyone? Everyone remember the software testing life cycle, STLC, requirement gathering analysis, test planning, then test, what is that? Test planning, then test designing. Okay, test designing. After test designing, what is there? Test execution, test closure. All these phases will come in the black box only. Okay, all these phases will come in the black box as where software testing will be done. System testing may look very simple here, but it's a very detailed process where multiple versions of the software will be given by the developer to you in the URL or exe or APK format, and you have to test the entire system as a whole until the application until the problems in the application get resolved and fixed by developers and the quality of the software get increased and gets ready for getting released into the market. The system testing will be done, right? The system testing will be done. So I got a question here. What is gray box testing? Okay. You see, gray box testing is somewhere in between the black box and white box testing. I'll not explain as part of this diagram, but just for knowledge purpose, you can understand what is gray box testing. Gray box testing is a kind of black box only where the testing team, whoever is performing the testing, has some knowledge of how the implementation would have been done. Though the code is not visually visible, but the person who is doing the black box testing of the application can imagine and understand how the code would have been written. Got it? Somewhere in between it's not purely clear. Code is not clearly visible. Neither it's neither completely black box. Somewhere, okay, the team who is performing the testing knows how the implementation, code implementation has been done. So what is the benefit of the gray box testing when compared to the black box testing? You see, gray box testing falls mostly into the black box testing side only, but with the knowledge or idea of how this particular functionality would have been implemented. Imagine a technical person performing the black box testing. The technical person will know how the developer would have written the code for building this particular functionality of the application. So what that particular person will do, the person, since he knows the internal implementation, okay, can design better test cases. Imagining that what will fail, what will pass, like that, okay. So in black box testing, imagine like in black box testing, imagine a car, guys, okay. You don't know how the internal engine works. You are simply turning on the car, turning off the car. When you turn on the keys, right, when you rotate the keys, if the car is starting, working fine. If you rotate in opposite direction, the car is stopping, okay, getting turned off, the car is working fine, right? Like that, black box. Whereas white box is, you will open up all the entire car and you can see what is going on, and you will try to test, okay. That is, white box. But gray box is like, while you are driving the car without visually seeing whatever that is inside the car, but you can, because you are a technical person or engineer kind of person, you have a brain, like, how the car would have been created by the company, okay. Then with that node, if you are testing the car, to see whether this your calculations are there, maybe probably the engineers would have done this safety mechanism like this, whether it is working fine or not. Internal mechanism you are able to visualize and perform the black box testing. That's where is gray box testing. Rudula, able to understand? Rudula, have I answered your question? Somewhere in between, the gray box testing will be there, okay. So it falls into the black box only, but the visualization of the internal working can be done. Okay, that is what is gray box. Okay, so we don't go much into the gray box, but knowledge wise, it's good thing. Okay, understanding the gray box testing also good thing. So here I'll write down gray box testing. Okay, so just for knowledge purpose, I'll just write down, mention the gray box testing for your reference and all. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay. So we'll also type that in the chat GPT and confirm that. Okay. Gray box testing. Okay. We'll get to know more details about the things. You see, it blends the elements of the both the white box and black box. Testing performed where the tester has partial knowledge of the not clearly visible, but primarily interact with in a user, and that means actually doing black box, but has a partial knowledge of internal working. That's what I told you, right? Gray box means. Okay. If the person who is actually doing the black box testing of the application has some internal knowledge, partial internal knowledge of how the things will be working internally, can perform this gray box testing and can do testing better than the black box testing people. Okay. Because the internal knowledge is there. Okay. Even though the box is not open, but you can guess what is there internally. Okay. Such kind of talent, you can say. Okay. Okay. Okay, a developer asked you, let's say you asked a developer to perform black box testing. Imagine the situation. That is where the developer will perform, instead of black box, the developer will perform gray box testing. Got it? Okay. When you ask a developer to perform a black box testing, you see, developer can directly perform white box because code will be visible to the developer. Okay. Tester cannot see the code, will perform black box without aware of what is there inside the box, or the developed code is visible, not visible. Okay. Gray box is like asking a developer to perform testing. Okay. Asking a developer to perform black box testing without, showing him the internal code. But developer has written the code. He knows that what is there internally, and while performing black box, he can write better test cases and perform the testing. Okay, that is what is gray box testing. Now, can you answer the question in the interview? Yes, great, super. Okay, fine then. That's a good thing. Whatever the topics comes, from questions and all is all very good thing. Okay, I would have missed this topic, but since the question came, I would have answered this question. That's great. So a lot of iterations will go on system testing guys when you will be performing end-to-end testing of the application in system testing to see whether it is working fine or not. A lot of iterations will go on, and in every iteration, a new version of the software will be given for testing team. As you remember that smoke testing will be done, then retesting will be done, then sanity testing will be done, then regression testing will be done for every version of the build that is given by the development team to the software testing team. After a lot of iterations, test cycles continue, right? A point of time will come where the testing team will say that we have tested the entire application. Now the application functionality is kind of stable. Then the software will go into the test closure phase and all those stuff. Okay. Now at that point of time, the development team, okay, the project team may decide to do something known as UAT. What is final thing? UAT. What is UAT stands for? The fourth level of software testing will come. Okay. Once the system testing goes through a lot of test cycles and the quality of the software is very good, and the number of defects in the software got reduced and very minor defects are there that are okay for the software to have. Such kind of situation came where the quality of the software has become very good, and the testing team said that everything is working fine. Now comes the turn of what is called as UAT, user acceptance testing. Okay. Now comes the turn of the user acceptance testing, guys. Now comes the turn of the user acceptance testing. I'll do one thing. This part I'll remove because already I posted in the Telegram group. We don't need this. Okay. I'll just remove this, and here I can explain now about the user acceptance testing. Okay. Finally, user acceptance testing came. User acceptance testing came. Okay. Now came user acceptance testing. So who will perform user acceptance testing? Tell me. Who will perform user acceptance testing? Testers or developers? Testers or developers? Who will perform user acceptance testing? Testers or developers? Or both? You can type in the chat box, guys. Okay. The answer you can type in the chat box. Tester, developer, or both? Stakeholders. Okay. Client side testers. Okay. Yeah. Lot of answers I got. Okay. So here you have to say the answer as users, guys. Okay. Generally, you have to say that as users. In a general way, you have to say users. Okay. User acceptance testing will be generally done by users. Okay. We can say at a high level. Okay. But in user acceptance testing, the user acceptance testing will be done in two phases. First phase is alpha testing. What is the first phase of user acceptance testing? First one is alpha testing. Second one is beta testing. Okay. There are two phases in user acceptance testing. In the final level of software testing, there are two phases. What are they? One is alpha testing, other one is beta testing. Though the regular general answer for user acceptance testing is neither tester or developer, users, we can simply say users will perform. Okay. UAT, we can say at a high level. Okay. But when you divide the user acceptance testing first what will be done? Alpha testing will be done or beta testing will be done? First alpha testing will be done or beta testing will be done? Tell me. Alpha will be done, right? First alpha will be done, then beta will be done, right? First alpha testing will be done, then beta testing will be done. First alpha testing will be done, then second beta testing will be done. Okay, this is a acceptance testing. After system testing, right? User acceptance testing will start, and as part of the user acceptance testing, first alpha testing will be done, then beta testing will be done. Okay, first alpha testing. Okay, so here I'll type user acceptance testing. You see the name itself says something, guys. Okay, here the name itself, this is a fourth level of software testing where the testing is performed for what? Tell me, guys. By just reading this name of the testing, why the testing is being performed? Self meaning, right? Self meaning is there in this word. User acceptance testing. Why the testing is being performed? For what purpose testing is being performed? Can anyone say in the chat box? Yeah, more. J for real users, that's okay, but more. Can you understand what is user acceptance testing? Why the testing is performed? Live, okay. You are giving me the clues, but not explaining what exactly. Okay, more. I want more and more inputs in the chat box, but somewhere it is missing. User acceptance. Checking whether the software will be accepted by the user. Yes. Okay. Testing performed to see whether the developed software will be accepted by the user or not. It's neither user friendly or nothing, guys. Okay. Whether the software built, okay, before releasing the software into the market, checking or testing whether after releasing the software into the market, whether the user will accept the software or not. The self meaning, right? Meaning is very clear, right? Testing performed to check whether the software will be accepted by users or not. After releasing the software into the market, the users will accept the software or not. It's nothing but user acceptance testing, right? That's why user acceptance testing will be performed. Got it? You see, who will be performing the UAT? It's called as UAT in short. Actual users of the software will perform the, okay? Okay. So here testing will be performed to check whether the user will accept the software. Okay. Before the system goes live, before the software will hit the market, before the software hits the market, the final level of software testing will be performed on the developed software, that is called as user acceptance testing, to cross check whether after releasing, what if we release the software into the market, this particular software will be accepted by the users or not, whether this particular software will meet the end users requirements or not. Okay, whether the users will like our software or not. That is called as user acceptance testing, guys. Okay, hope you are able to get it. So now tell me, in system testing, softwares will not test, the software testers won't test, will the software testers will test whether this particular software will meet the user needs and expectations? Will it be checked or not? Tell me, guys. In the third level of software testing, will the software testers will test whether the software that they are testing is going to meet the user needs and expectations? They will check. Yes, they will check. But the complete focus is not on that, right? The main focus of the system testing is whether the developed software is developed according to the client requirements, or that or not is the main thing that software testing team will check. But 80 to 90%, whether the developed software is meeting the client requirements is a major area. The focus point is different. Though the software testing team in system testing will also check whether this particular software will meet the user needs and expectations also, but that is not percentage wise, that is 5 to 10% only. But the main focus in system testing is the software testers will cross check whether the developed software is developed according to client requirements or not. You see, client requirements is one direction, user needs and expectations another thing. Together we have to combine, right, to get a final product and all. But in system testing, the main focus of the software testers will be this particular software developed by the developers is meeting that is actually developed according to the client requirements or not will be checked more, where less importance will be given to the user needs and expectations. But the moment user acceptance testing come into picture, here the main focus will be on what? The major focus will be on whether the this particular software after getting released into the market will meet the user needs and expectations or not, whether it will be accepted by the users or not, whether it will be liked by the users or not. Got it, guys? Clear? That comes under user acceptance testing. Able to understand, guys? The major area will be in user acceptance testing is whether this developed software will meet the user needs and expectations. Okay. And less importance. Anyhow, the more importance was given to client requirements here. They'll cross check also. Okay. The less importance will be given to client requirements, but the major focus will be on the whether this developed software, okay, by the time the developed software comes into user acceptance testing, it will be developed according to the client requirements because it has passed the system testing phase. So here the main focus will come in user acceptance testing is whether this developed software, okay, if I release the software into the market, will it solve the user needs and expectations? They are not much worried about the client requirement. They are worried about whether the software, main focus is whether the software will meet the user needs and expectations or not. Okay, the major focus. That's why user acceptance testing will be done to test whether the software will be accepted by the users after we release the software into the market or not. Okay, testing will be performed in all the directions of user perspective only. You know, so you see, these are major area. Ensure products works as expected. And here also business requirements, client requirements will be checked, but less importance will be given. More importance, first importance will be given to, after this system testing will be done. So it doesn't take much time in the user acceptance testing. More importance will be given to the real world usage or not. Okay. Okay. Unit testing will be done by developers. Integration testing will be done by developers. System testing will be done by testers. User acceptance testing will be done by end users or client side team. Okay, end users or client side team, stakeholders or client side team, whatever the business needs and usability. Okay, in business point of view, they'll perform test. Okay, in business point of view, they'll perform the testing. Okay, okay. If I release a software into the market, whether the users will accept or not, whether we'll be able to generate profits or not, like that kind of thing will be there. Okay, just developing a kind of television and dumping into the market is not enough. If it is not going to be sold in the market, what there is no use, right? Okay, but in user acceptance testing, they will see whether the users will, okay, go in line and purchase a TV. Okay, even though TV according to the client requirements will work fine, but whether it will meet the user needs and expectations, where the user want a budget friendly TV with all the good features and all, it should compete other TVs in the market at good price without compromising the quality and all and the brand name and all. Okay, so all this comes into the user acceptance testing. Okay, business needs and usability. Okay, clear everyone? Okay. Okay, a lot of progress will be there, and we'll go step by step. Don't hurry up, guys. Okay, don't hurry up. Okay. Uh, Types of UAT testing. First one is what? Alpha testing. As I mentioned, right, there is something known as alpha testing. Okay. You see, many phases will be there, guys. Pre-alpha means what? Whatever the testing that is done before going to alpha. Okay. You see, depending on the projects and all, different type of testing will be created. Okay. Before this kind of alpha testing will be done, that is called as pre-alpha testing. Okay. You can ask it. What is pre? Lot of words will be there. Lot of terminology will be there. Okay. Just write it here. Is there any pre-alpha testing? Okay. Internal testing. Okay. So it looks like similar to. Okay. Before the alpha testing, this pre-alpha, you see. A lot of things are there here, guys. Idea, prototyping, pre-alpha. If you dig deep, a lot of things will come. This is a releasing, okay, releasing the software into the market. Okay, if you can see the release life cycle, right, you will get all these kind of things. Okay, even in release also, again, gold candidate, lot of things will be there. Dig deep, lot of things will come. System testing and pre-alpha. Okay, since the question has come in the chat box, I'm just typing this. So system testing will be performed after the integration testing. These are the major ones that everyone knows. Okay. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. First, some testing will be performed. Okay. Performed or pre-alpha testing. Okay. If you dig deep, a lot of things will come, but it is a good thing to explore and understand whenever the situation arises. Okay. A/B testing is a different test, different thing. Okay. A/B is a different. Lot of testing types are there. Let's not confuse. Okay. We'll ask and all, but a lot of things will be there. That's okay. First pre-alpha testing will be done, then system testing will be done later. Okay. That's what is the thing they are saying. While pre-alpha testing is a testing which will be performed while the product is still being developed, focuses on testing partial features, early UIR prototypes connected by developers or internal QA team. Okay. Before the system testing starts, the pre-alpha testing will be done. Okay. While the application is getting developed still, okay, while some partial features are available and all, okay, pre-alpha testing will be done. Hope you got the answer right for pre-alpha testing. Mohanty, you got the pre-alpha testing answer right. Pre-alpha testing is not UAT. Though the alpha word is there, it is not UAT. But somewhere before the system testing, in somewhere between the integration testing and system testing, pre-alpha testing will be done. Clear, Mohanty? Yes. Okay. So a lot of words will be there, a lot of testing types will be there. The names may be same, and we may get confused, but it's a good thing to learn. What is pre-alpha testing and all those stuff. That's great. Okay. So let's not write down any pre-alpha testing here, but anyhow, we got the knowledge of whatever the pre-alpha testing is. After the, while the code is still, while the product or software is still being developed, right? Some partial features may be ready. Okay. Early UI may be ready, early prototypes may be ready. Okay. It may be done by the developers or internal team to cross-check whether things are working fine so far. Okay. So formal process of system testing, when it doesn't begin, then pre-alpha testing is already started. Okay. So hope that pre-alpha thing is clear now. Let's move on to the. You see, there's another question that came about the A/B testing. Separately, I know what is A/B testing. A by B testing. Okay. In which level of software testing it will be performed. Okay. This is a question you wanted to me to type in chat box, right? Chat GPT, right? Will be performed. Okay, let's ask this and see whatever it says. Post development phase only. Okay, does it come in? Okay, everywhere it can be performed. Okay, no, not everywhere. No, post release. After the release has been done, or sometimes during the beta phase, to compare two variations of the feature. This I know, to compare two variations. Which one will work fine? For example, A by B testing can be something like this, guys. Okay, let me explain whatever the A by B testing. So, for example, Amazon.com has put some yellow color things here. For example, instead of orange color in the logo, they have put some light yellow. Okay. And here next time, orange color. Which one is working best for them? They want to see. Okay. A by B means either A is working or B is working. If most of the people are preferring the B, they'll go with B. If most of the people are preferring A, they'll go with A. Okay. After releasing the software into the market, after the product goes live, then A by B testing will be performed after the user acceptance testing, they are saying. Okay. It's like, which one is working fine. Okay. Which one is working fine. Experimenting after the product goes live and all, experimenting with different users, which one is working fine. Okay. Fine. Hope, Nigore, you're clear, right? It comes after UAT. Okay. After the application hits the market, right? It goes live, right? They keep checking. Or maybe in UAT also, in beta phase, they may be done. Okay. In the second phase of UAT, in beta phase also, it can be done. Okay. To cross check, like to get the feedback from the real users. Okay, in beta phase, they can also do the A by B testing, or after the product goes live into the market also, A by B testing will be done. Okay. Yeah. So now the let's go back. Let's not let's come back later to that part. For now, let's focus on the user acceptance testing. In user acceptance testing, first alpha testing will be done. Okay. So alpha testing. Let's write alpha testing here. Okay. It comes under the UAT. The first phase of UAT is alpha testing. Okay. So I'm not getting correct one here. Hmm. Okay. Who will perform alpha testing is the right, I have the answer, but I'm just checking. But outside, I have a different answer. ChatGPT is giving me different answer. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's getting. This is what I wanted actually. Okay. You see, this is what I have seen in real time, guys. Okay. Though that's why I'm checking for this kind of answers and all. Okay. The client side business team or client representatives, once the testing team says that we are done with system testing and all the application functionality is very good, right? Then we, then the client may say that let's start the alpha testing. The client will say that let's start the alpha testing, where the client side business team or client representatives or client side stakeholders who know the business well, okay, high business stakeholders, who generally interact with the real world market and all, they know the business case studies, and what the end users are expecting. They know that such kind of people will generally travel to the developer site, okay, where the development team is actually working and building the software, and they start giving the feedback. Okay, I want this change. You see, once the house is ready, let's assume that once the house is ready, okay, let's say once the house is ready or some hotel building is ready, there is certain kind of people, they'll come for inspection and say that, I want this color to be changed to this color. Okay. Can you add few more lights here? Okay. Before we hand over the hotel or house that is built to the, actual customer, some kind of people will prestigiously, they take this kind of project and, they come and inspect and, say that, I want a better color. I want better lighting system here. Can we add something here? Can we reduce this? Can you make this small changes? Okay. Before we finalize this, like that, they will say, right? The final feedback. Okay. Kind of thing. So, such kind of level, that is alpha testing level, guys. Okay. The one who knows the business well. Okay. Where testing team and development team are technical people. Okay. Somewhere from the business side, the people will come and then, they start giving the feedback, assuming, just thinking that the user may not like this, the user may like this. Okay. Actual user is not giving the feedback here. Okay. The one who is in the business shoes, right? They will give. Okay. I want to sell this product in the market, but I feel that the users may not like it. What if I change the color a bit? Okay, this color looks very dark. Can I reduce the color a bit so that the customers may like it? That kind of feedback will come here. Okay, with the whatever the kind of level of experience they have, and they know the users and how they will use the system and all. They start stepping in and they keep on giving the feedback. And this feedback need to be accommodated in the developed software. Again, the software will get disturbed a bit during this phase of alpha testing. The software will get disturbed a bit because the changes may look very simple, but the technical team, development team, and testing team has to work day and night to get it done, right? Have to take the feedback and have to work on the feedback, and development team have to modify the code. Since the code will get modified, another version of the software will come. The testing team has to again perform smoke testing, retesting, sanity testing, regression testing, all type of things. Again, go to the next version. This feedback loop will keep on going on in the alpha testing phase. The client side business team will keep on giving the feedback, and the development team and testing team has to support it to get the feedback getting implemented properly. Okay. Okay. Hope you got the answer. Hope you understood this, right? Okay. Hope you understood this alpha testing, right? Okay, a lot of things will be there. If you detailedly go into the alpha testing, a lot of information may be there. But whatever the alpha testing I have seen in one of my projects, right, I'm trying to explain where, once you say system testing is done, right, the client may take a decision to go for alpha testing where the client side business people will come, stakeholders who knows the business user expectations well will come and start giving their own feedback to us, and we need to take the feedback and start working on the feedback. Development team and testing team have to work, and again a lot of defects will come there, we need to fix during that feedback collection and implementation part. Once this client side business team gets satisfied, okay, this is good for us, okay, then they will finalize the thing. Okay, then they will finalize the thing. The alpha testing will be done. Okay, alpha testing will be done. Quality of the software is good. All the feedback given by the client side business team is done. Everything is done. Developers have supported. Testing team has supported. Finally, the product is ready. This product will not be released into the market as if, okay, as it is. Rather, what will happen, guys? This product will not be released into the market as it is. Rather, it will be sent for beta testing. Rather, it will be sent for beta testing where here in alpha testing, client side business team were, okay, giving the feedback, okay, by sitting or thinking in the from the shoes of the end users, but not the real end users are doing giving the feedback here. Okay, development and testing team, we are only performing the testing. Okay, development team is only fixing, but who is giving the feedback here? Client side business team is involving here. Okay, and here as part of alpha testing this will happen, and also here dev team, dev and testing team have to support this, support them to get the feedback implemented. Okay, and lot of implemented, and lot of versions of software will happen here for receiving the feedback and all will happen here. Okay, so this is what happens in the alpha testing. Once this clients are satisfied, client side business team is satisfied with the product developed, and quality of the software is good, then that will be released, that will be taken to the next level, that is beta testing. Anyone know what is beta testing? Who will be performing the beta testing? Before finally releasing the actual software into the market, okay, okay, a pre-release will be done. A pre-release to only few users. It's not a real release, okay, to the end users to collect the feedback. Okay, to collect the feedback from the real end users. This is not the real software they are producing into the market or selling in the market. Rather, they are releasing this to collect the feedback. Okay, the purpose of in beta testing and user acceptance testing is that the software will be released into the market not for everyone. Experimental way it will be released to collect the feedback from the real end users, to see how the real end users will use the software and all they want to check. Okay, that's where beta testing will come into the picture, where actual end users will perform the testing. Okay, actual end users will try to use the software in day-to-day life, and automatically the feedback will come to the company, and company people will know what the end users are expecting and all. Some people will raise some tickets and all, all those things will happen in the background. Once the collected feedback they got, they will the company people will collect that feedback from the real end users. Okay, while real end users, okay, while a set of, not everyone, while a set of real end users are using the system, using the software, feedback will be somehow collected, feedback will be somehow collected and implemented. Okay. And then all this feedback will be, who need to support again, the development and testing team only need to support here. And once the product is ready, they will release the software into the market. Once the product is beta tested and the feedback has been collected and, development team and testing team has, supported this process and all the feedback has been implemented in the software, then final release of the final version of the software will be released into the market. Is everyone clear what is alpha and beta testing? How the user acceptance testing will be performed? You see, after system testing is done, every software tester will have a feeling that, okay, the testing is done, now the software work is done. We'll get a feeling. But the story has not ended. The actual story will start in the user acceptance testing where, okay, it looks like the software is very good and all, but once the UAT starts, right, you will understand how much time it will take and, for the client to release the software into the market. Okay. This may not happen with all the softwares and all. Some clients may be having very simple softwares and all. Very complex softwares, if you are seeing, this kind of approach will be there for sure. Okay. In complex softwares, this kind of approach may be there for sure. Okay. So this is what is, this is what is alpha and beta testing under user acceptance testing. So I covered different levels of software testing, guys: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and user acceptance testing. So here validation side, we have unit, integration, system, and user acceptance testing. Okay. Here I'll type beta testing. So you can see the examples of beta testing, guys. Microsoft Windows. Okay. Before this Windows 11 got released, I'm using Windows 11, guys. Before this Windows 11 got released into the market, okay, this Windows 11 was experimentally released to few users around the globe as part of beta testing. It got released into the end users. End users, they'll collect the feedback, and finally, when they feel that they have collected the enough feedback and people are liking this Windows 11 and all when compared to the previous version, they get all the analytics and all. Then they will take this feedback. If they don't like, they'll implement some feedback, collect the feedback and, modify something and final release a final version of the software into the market. That's what happens in beta testing. Okay. Pre-release. Okay. It is a pre-release. It's not a real release. Okay. And it will be releases to selected group of external users, not everyone. It's a pilot project kind of stuff. Okay. So generally it happens with a lot of products, right? Even, different companies around the globe will do the same thing before, before taking a very big step, they will only experiment that in only particular area. Once that success comes in that particular area, they will implement in another area. Once the success comes in two areas, they'll implement in another area. They'll go like that, right? So that's where, they'll try to collect the feedback from the users, whether they are liking it or not, people are switching to it or not. They want to check all those things. Okay. Gather feedback on usability and all user experience from the real end users, not everyone, but a selected group of users or experimental set of users. Depends on the things. Okay, a lot of other things will keep coming, as a lot of knowledge will keep coming in. Closed beta is there, open beta is there. Okay, you see, for closed beta means only the selected group. Okay, the company will decide who will perform the testing from external users, end users. Okay, from the external end users, the company will decide. Here open beta testing means anyone can sign up for this testing program and can download the software for free and give the feedback. Okay, that is open beta testing. So closed beta is there again. Dig deep, lot of things will happen, guys. Okay, when you keep digging, right, lot of things will happen. Okay, so uh, Microsoft Windows 11 beta testing. Okay. Windows Insider program is there. Maybe the closed beta. This is like closed beta. Joining the Insider program. User joins the Windows Insider program. Select the beta channel and opt in to review the builds of Windows 11. Before Windows 11 got released into the entire public, right? You need to join the Insider program when the beta version of the Windows 11 is ready. Then you have to install it and start testing it. Okay. And report the defects and receive the updates. Then once the beta testing is done, okay, then final version of the software will get released into the market. You see, you can also perform the beta testing of Windows 11. Already Windows 11 is done. So now Windows 11 is not a beta testing state. Maybe if you, tomorrow, if Windows 12 come or whatever the new version come, you can wait for beta. And if you are interested in looking at the latest version of Windows, and before everyone sees that, and you can join insider program and start using that in your computer machine, and you can report the defects and start giving the feedback to the company. The company will collect the feedback. If they find well, they'll try to incorporate it into the software, and final version will be released into the market rather later. Okay. So these what is different levels of software testing, guys. These are the different levels of software testing. And also we can also look into the release life cycle, guys. Okay, how the software will get released into the market. Also we can see. Okay, so a lot of details are there, guys. Okay, if you keep digging, a lot of things will come. Okay, so the moment I cover this, right, a lot of other topics will keep coming in. Okay, the more we learn, more the things will happen. That's okay. It's a good thing. Okay, good thing to do our research and find out like a lot of things we understood today. Like pre-alpha is something we understood today, right? So somewhere here I'll write pre-alpha also. We understood what is pre-alpha, and in beta also we have two phases, right? In beta also we have two phases, like closed and closed and open beta. Okay, types. Okay, open beta types are there. Okay, a lot of things are there. Closed and open betas are there here in beta testing. The knowledge is endless, guys. Okay, we can keep learning whatever we can. Okay, fine. So guys, any questions from today's session? I think today I'll wrap it here. And any questions from today's session? Tomorrow, the V model is done. Tomorrow I may go into um, I may explain release life cycle a bit. Okay, before going to the next SDLC model, I may explain the release life cycle a bit. Okay, then we'll move on to the next SDLC model, that is RAD model, Big Bang model. After that, we'll go to the Agile SDLC model. Okay, I'm planning to take a session tomorrow, and also on Saturday. I'm thinking, guys, Saturday I'll let you know. But you see, the things are taking time, so I just want to take a session on Saturday at 11 a.m. From 11 a.m. Onwards, I want to start. Okay, let's see how it goes on. 11 from 2 or 2.5 hours I may take on Saturday. There is a chance. Okay, but I'll let you know. It's not confirmed, but I'll try. Okay. So any questions, guys? Any questions from today's session? Anyone have any questions from today's session? So we went very deep, right? We went very deep. Okay. Along with the V model, I covered a lot of things. These are a lot of things I covered. So I'll be posting this in the, I'll be posting this in the Telegram group now, anyhow. And take this from there. So especially what I covered, different levels of software testing in depth are covered. Okay, testing in depth. Okay, fine, great then. So that's all for today's session, guys. We'll meet. Okay, tomorrow. I'll let you know the time. Yes, yes. ChatGPT also will do A/B testing, right? Yes, you are right, Vinod. Nice observation, Vinod. You are right. Okay. ChatGPT, whenever you write some prompt, sometimes it will say whether you like the response one or response two. They want to get the feedback from the real users, and indirectly they are collecting the feedback from the end users only, right? That is nothing but A by B testing. Correct. 100%. That is a proper example of A by B testing. Very good, Vinod. Nice observation. Yeah. Yes, that can be an example of A by B testing for sure. Okay. Everyone would have experienced ChatGPT giving two responses at the same time simultaneously, and it will ask you to which response you prefer. Okay. We need to spend some time in understanding and say, I prefer this one, and that will come. Okay. That will be decided. So, A by B testing, even that ChatGPT is doing on us. Okay. To give a proper responses for the newcomers and all, right. A by B testing will be done on most of the people, and collectively, what everyone is liking, that will be given to the users. Okay, fine. So guys, let's not delay it a bit. It's already very late today. So let's meet tomorrow. I'll let you know the time for tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye everyone. See you.